Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, men go to their caves and women talk. One of the biggest differences between men and women is how they cope with stress. Men become increasingly focused and withdrawn, while women become increasingly overwhelmed and emotionally involved. He feels better by solving problems, while she feels better by talking about problems. If he can't find a solution, then he does something to forget his problems, like reading the news or playing a game. When a man is stressed, he will withdraw into the cave of his mind and focus on solving a problem. He becomes so focused on solving this one problem that he temporarily loses awareness of everything else. His mind is preoccupied and he is powerless to release it. If, however, he can find a solution, instantly he will feel much better and come out of his cave. Suddenly he is available for being in a relationship again. To expect a man who is in his cave instantly to become open, responsive, and loving is as unrealistic as expecting a woman who is upset immediately to calm down and make complete sense. When Martians go to their caves, they tend to forget that their friends may be having problems too. An instinct takes over that says before you can take care of anybody else, you must first take care of yourself. To increase cooperation, both men and women need to understand each other better. When a man begins to ignore his wife, she often takes it personally. Knowing that he is coping with stress in his own way is extremely helpful, but does not always help her alleviate the pain. This is when it is important for the man to validate her feelings. He needs to understand that she has a right to talk about her feelings of being ignored and unsupported, just as he has the right to withdraw into his cave and not talk. A woman under stress is not immediately concerned with finding solutions to her problems, but rather seeks relief by expressing herself and being understood. As a man under stress tends to focus on one problem and forget others, a woman under stress tends to expand and become overwhelmed by all problems. By talking about all possible problems without focusing on problem solving, she feels better. Through exploring her feelings in this process, she gains a greater awareness of what is really bothering her, and then suddenly she is no longer so overwhelmed. After talking about one topic, she will pause and then move on to the next. In this way, she continues to expand, talking about problems, worries, disappointments, and frustrations. These topics need not to be in any order and tend to be logically unrelated. Just as a man who is stuck in the cave needs little problems to distract him, a woman who doesn't feel hurt will need to talk about other problems that are less immediate to feel relief. To forget her own painful feelings, she may become emotionally involved in the problems of others. A man assumes she is talking with him about her problems because she is holding him responsible. The more problems, the more he feels blamed. He does not realize that she is talking to feel better. A man doesn't know that she will appreciate it if he just listens. Men also become particularly frustrated when a woman talks about problems that he can do nothing about. For example, I'm not getting paid enough at work. My Aunt Louise is getting sicker and sicker. Each year she gets sicker. Our house just isn't big enough. If a woman can remind the man that she just wants to talk about her problems and that he doesn't have to solve any of them, it can help him to relax and listen. Many men and even women are very judgmental of the need to talk about problems because they have never experienced how healing it can be. They have not seen how a woman who feels hurt suddenly can change, feel better, and sustain a positive attitude. Similarly, as men learn to listen without feeling blamed or responsible, listening becomes much easier. As a man gets good at listening, he realizes that listening can be an excellent way to forget the problems of his day as well as bring a lot of fulfillment to his partner.